Hello and welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today we are going to talk about another big beast from Cold Steel. This is the SR1. Let's flip this sucker open and get into a little bit of specs here. The blade length on this guy is 4 inches. Overall length 9 3/8 inches. Blade steel on this is the CPM S35 VN. Handle materials G10. We've got a blade thickness on this one of 4.8 millimeters. Yes, this is a big, thick, chunky knife. We got an overall weight on this about 7.2 ounces. And if you guys like big, beastly knives, then stick around, stay tuned, because this is definitely it. Alright, let's get into some action real quick here. Let's flick this sucker open. It's like the past few Cold Steels I've handled. The action on this is just phenomenal. Comes flying. Whoops, failed it. Still laughing. Hold on. Alright, let's try this again. Comes flying out with authority. Super smooth. Just a great job from Cold Steel. Just like the other ones, the AD10 and the Recon 1 that I've had the pleasure of carrying and using for a little while now. The closing action on this is pretty dang sweet. I really had to learn how to keep my thumb up here in the choil when closing, because I've cut myself 2 or 3 times on the other ones. Let's get into this handle material. We're going to start with the bad, because that is the only really negative thing I have to say about this knife, and it's only my personal opinion. The handle material on this is G10 and is done extremely well. Nice and chamfered all over. The only drawback for me is that the texturing on here is so aggressive and so grippy. Let's see if we can get this to focus. That while it functions great in your hand, as far as whether it's sweaty, you got oil, water, muck, mud, whatever, you're going to have a positive grip. Man, that's the second time I failed it. What the hell is going on here? You're going to have a very positive grip. It's not going to lose traction in your hand. The only drawback to that is trying to get this sucker in and out of your pocket is a damn nightmare. So if this was mine, which it isn't, this one is on loan from my good buddy Rusty, but if this was my knife, I would have to remove the clip and definitely sand down the G10 in the pocket clip area. That would greatly help with the in and out of pocket. And let me tell you, the struggle was very real with this one. So grippy. The pocket clip, Jesus, retention is so strong that with that aggressive G10, it was not enjoyable trying to put this thing in and out of pocket over and over again. But I digress. Let's get back to this knife, because there's so many good positives about this. Ergonomics wise, in my hand, the way that the handle is designed with the 2 choke points here, really lock your hand in fantastically. Doesn't slip. It feels good. Pocket clip, even though it's kind of big and bulky, where it sits in my hand, creates no hot spot whatsoever. Can't really even tell it's there. The jimping up here on the top of the scales, aesthetics wise, looks decent. Functionality serves absolutely no purpose. I do wish they would have put some jimping on the spine of the blade there. Other than that, great overall knife. Very well done Tonto. Extremely sharp. Even though it's pretty thick behind the edge, I'm sorry I didn't get any measurements. The battery on my caliper has died, and I haven't gotten a new one yet. It is still pretty slicey. Cuts very well for being as thick as it is. And with that being said, If you guys have one of these knives, or you buy one of these knives and you don't have a pry bar for EDC use, I would say don't worry about it, because this thing is so thick. And I don't condone doing this, but I don't see any issues using this thing as a pry bar on the upper portion here of the Tonto blade. Oh, this thing is a super chunky, thick beast. I can tell you the way that this is designed was designed for one reason in mind, and it's not to cut boxes with. That's why this is so thick and chunky. It's made for hard use, if you will, but hard use in a non-EDC sense, if you understand what I'm saying. Just like the SOCOM Elite, which is one of my favorite knives. In fact, it's my daily personal defense carry knife. It is not designed to be a box cutter either. It is designed to cut other things, and I'll just leave it at that. But very robust, no blade play, no wiggle, no jiggle. Action is fantastic on this thing. At first, when I first opened this up and put it in my hands, I wasn't too sure about this knife. It's just thick, it's big. The G10 on it, even though it feels good in hand as far as grip, getting it in and out of my pocket was extremely, extremely bad, horrible. But I carried it for a while, 10 days, and I actually like this damn thing. I might get one. But again, if I do, I'm going to have to do some sanding on that G10. Anyhow, overall, fantastic knife. Big, beast, heavy duty, no nonsense, get her done type of knife. So if that's what you like, and that's what you're into, I would highly suggest at least putting one of these in your hand. Again, this is the Cold Steel SR1 in the Tonto version. Yeah, fantastic. Oh, if I didn't mention, the clip is reversible, or I should say it comes with tip-up carry rider, left hand only. But yeah, fantastic. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, because I love the feedback. And until next time, take care.